Fedor Emelianenko, he's not deficient in any area.
If you haven't seen Fedor fight, you have no idea what you're missing.
I don't think anyone is as well-rounded of a fighter as Fedor Emelianenko.
He's a striker, he's a takedown expert, he's a submission expert.
He's continually been the best heavyweight in the world since 2003 and has dominated his division and really beaten everybody that they put in front of him.
He can make or break your career, obviously, and he's broke a lot of careers.
If Fedor never fought again, he'd be the #1 heavyweight to ever fight in the sport.
He is either a 9 or a 10 in every single category, and I don't think that there's another fighter in the world that you can say that about.
But just from a technical standpoint and from his accomplishments and his abilities, in my opinion, he's the greatest fighter of all time.
In my mind, there's no one that can beat Fedor right now, period.
Hello everyone, I'm Kenny Rice. Welcome to The Last Emperor, Fedor. Few athletes are recognized by a single name. In the world of MMA, Fedor immediately brings images of dominance, intimidation, and is close to perfect as anyone with his body of work has ever come. Fedor Emelianenko has also crossed over into the mainstream of sports, appealing to those who appreciate seeing someone at the apex of their game, as good as arguably it will ever get. We take a look at The Last Emperor by showing he does have some different outfits. There is more to the stoic Russian than just victories. Before we go there, we start at the place where the world does know him best, between the ropes.
In my mind, there's no one that can beat Fedor right now, period. He can make or break your career, obviously, and he's broke a lot of careers.
He's continually been the best heavyweight in the world since 2003 and has dominated his division and really beaten everybody that they put in front of him.
If Fedor never fought again, he'd be the #1 heavyweight to ever fight in the sport.
As far as the greats of MMA, technically and skill-wise and with his accomplishments, he's one of the best fighters, if not the very best fighter to ever fight in MMA.
I personally believe, pound for pound, Fedor Emelianenko is the top fighter in all of mixed martial arts.
Я о Федоре думаю, то есть это один из самых лучших бойцов, как он и считается.
Я согласен, что говорят люди по поводу самого лучшего бойца в мире. Оно такие есть, люди просто говорить не могут.
You're definitely a born fighter, but then you obviously have the tools to that. I mean, Fedor's obviously been in the gym, 1,000 hours and every day training hard, and he has become the best fighter in the world.
He fights the same in a fight as he does in the dojo. And Fedor knows everything that he does in training, he brings it over to the ring or cage.
Больших качеств как бойца это и ударная техника, и борцовская техника. Также работа ног присутствует, то есть которая дает ему преимущество над своими противниками.
Fedor was born to fight, and when you see Fedor train, you see that. I mean, some of the things he does are just so simple, but you know that when he hits you, you're getting hit with a bag of bricks.
He's well-versed in submissions. He's got a very solid ground game. And ask Andrei Arlovsky, he's got some knockout power as well.
With the front kick, Arlovsky moves in and Fedor decks him. Fedor decks him, it's over.
When I think of Fedor Emelianenko as a fighter, I think that he is an absolute technician.
The guy's got everything. He's all-rounded. He's a striker. He's a takedown expert. He's a submission expert. All angles of the game. He can win.
Fedor brings a lot of technique into a fight. We've seen him challenge some of the best strikers in the world and beat them at their own game. He's jumped into the guards of the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu players he's fought and beat them there. He can pretty much do anything at any time.
The guy can adapt to any situation instantly, and he usually just waits for that one mistake from his opponent, and then he capitalizes.
He is so good. He can punch He can kick. He's developed his kicks in the last few years. His submissions, his throws, his takedowns, his defense, phenomenal. He is either a 9 or a 10 in every single category, and I don't think that there's another fighter in the world that you can say that about.
And when you see him in the ring, you see just how good he is, that he's just a tactician. He's going to work. He loves to fight, but that's his job. And when he gets in there, Fedor does his job very well.
That's it, he got it, he got it, he's got it. Fedor does it.
He has all the technical abilities, he has all the qualities that make a great fighter, but I think it's his personality and his demeanor. He's so stoic, so calm, so focused when he goes to the ring.
What makes Fedor as good as he is the way he thinks through fights. He's probably the most educated person in MMA right now. He's well-rounded and he's got a great game plan. I think that makes him the best fighter.
I think his mental strength is so much different than from many other athletes. I think his ability to focus and prepare himself mentally for a bout is exceptional.
Да, вся работа должна быть от головы.
The mystique from Fedor comes from that he is so calm, but yet he fights so very well. It's like nobody can distract him. In his mind, he's totally relaxed. You know, and the opponents know that.
I mean, they see him come into a ring so incredibly focused. I mean, it's almost like a machine.
The whole shtick of Fedor is the music. He walks to the ring, he's so calm, he's so focused.
I think he actually wins fights before the opening bell. I think a lot of the fighters going in are so taken back or intimidated by that Russian mystique that they lose the fight before they even get in the ring.
You did great. You did a fantastic job. Just stay right there. You just got caught. You just got caught.
Yeah, I think the number one reason to watch Fedor is that he's the best. He's a great competitor, and he's someone that if you're going to determine who the best heavyweight in the world is, you have to factor him into the equation, and I think that road runs through him.
If he keeps on winning, he's going to be undisputed star. I mean, not only in his fight career, not only his record, but the type of guy that he is, the persona that he brings off. You know, this mysterious fighter that, you know, everybody looks at, everybody dreams of being, but also everyone is wary of, and that will take him into stardom for years to come.
Fedor Emelianenko could be the Mike Tyson of the sport. He could be the ultimate heavyweight that everybody tunes in, everybody talks about. He could be the icon of the heavyweight division of the sport easily.
He is the star that can take MMA into the mainstream.
Fedor would be the Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson of mixed martial arts. There's no doubt in my mind.
Whether he wants to or not, he's going to be a star.
Unquestionably, Fedor is the one fighter who carries a title defense everywhere he goes, regardless of the organization involved. Fedor, after all, has his own kingdom that leaves Stereosko Russia to wherever is needed against whomever hopes to present a challenge. But in a rare moment, he will let down his guard for an extraordinary glimpse into a surprisingly normal life away from the sport.
Fedor as a person is quiet, he's respectful, he's very reflective. You know, he's a thinker, and you can tell when you talk to him, when you're around him, he's very courteous, very kind, but he's a thinker, and I think that translates to fighting a lot, but that's how he is outside of the ring as well.
He's not as well known as most fighters because he keeps himself quiet.
He's such a gentleman, he's such a prince of a man. I think people don't realize that because he doesn't do a lot of interviews, he doesn't want to be a star, he doesn't put himself out to the public.
The fact that he's a very introvert person doesn't make it easy for his fans to really know him and get to know him and the type of personality that he is.
He's an incredibly nice person. He's incredibly polite, very warm. And I think that people who only know him from his fights think that he's stoic and he's cold and he's unfeeling, and that's absolutely not it at all.
There are two different sides to Fedor Emelianenko. The one side that people see when he comes into the ring, very stoic, got a job to do, takes care of business, but then the other side where he really is a small town local guy, very simple and very fun-loving.
I don't think most MMA fans have a clear understanding of how Fedor is because he's so cold in the ring. He's so methodical. He's so unemotional. He doesn't project in the ring. Everything is how he fights. So his personality is kind of hidden. It doesn't come out a lot, when he's in the ring.
Fedor is someone who doesn't enjoy the spotlight, really. He's a bit of a recluse. He likes to spend time with his family and is content being in a small town in Russia, and he doesn't really strive to get a lot of the stardom and fame that really accompanies being a known commodity in mixed martial arts.
Я понимаю, что внимание к моей персоне увеличилось, но я не придаю этому значения.
You know, he's a calm guy. I mean, he sits home, he likes to play chess. There's not a lot of action in Fedor's life, besides, of course, training and fighting. For the rest, he's very to himself and to his family.
I think family is very important to Fedor. It's something that he misses most when he's on the road. He wants to be with his children and his wife, and it's something I think that gives him peace.
Family to Fedor, I would say, is pretty much the number one thing, of course. That's why I think a fighter fights to support his family. And then if you do it as well as he does, well, then he can support his family really well.
Уже просто находиться дома уже большое счастье. Мне нравится и с друзьями проводить время. Мне нравится ходить в храм. Мне нравится общаться с родителями, быть на природе, ходить в баню. Все нравится.
Very simple living. Very simple living. It's a mining town, so it's very, very simple. His mother lives there, his family lives there.
Когда Саша стал ходить, он его забирал с садика и тоже с собой водил на дзюдо. В школу пошел, поэтому школу пришлось оставить, хотя он прекрасно рисует.
Ну, я вообще относительно хорошо учился, поэтому мне все предметы нравились. И математика нравилась, и литература, и биология.
В 22-м училище на второй курс и первое полугодие его выставляют на конкурс электриков. Он всего полгода там проучился и занял первое место. Училище закончил с отличием и досрочно, где-то на полгода.
He's a very intelligent person. He's a very educated person. He loves art. He's very into culture. So there's many other sides to him as a person than just a fighter.
Плюс, скажем так, я добился того, ради чего переходил сюда. Это
What sets Fedor Emelianenko apart from other fighters is, first off, I think his attitude. Fedor's attitude is still the same, even though he's on this huge win streak. In my opinion, the best fighter in the world, he stayed true to his craft. He still lives in Staryasko, Russia. Still has the same friends, still trains the same way.
I think that really makes Fedor who he is. He doesn't like the spotlight. He would prefer to be in this small town in Russia, doing what he loves to do, though, fighting.
Nothing fancy about his training. It's just down and dirty, and I think that he stayed so true to his roots that sets him apart. A lot of the guys that I've seen elevate through the ranks of mixed martial arts fighting, once they get to a certain level, they change a lot of things. They kind of forget where they came from, and I think what sets Fedor apart the most is that he stayed true to his roots.
Действительно, я бы мог, конечно, тренироваться в любом месте, в любом городе и России, и мира, но я люблю свой город. Я здесь вырос, у меня здесь родители, мои друзья здесь, мой спортзал здесь, в котором я тоже вырос, тренера. Поэтому зачем я должен менять все это на, скажем так, большие города, где мне неуютно, и это не мое. Я люблю маленькие тихие города. Я люблю Старый Оскол.
You don't have to change your surroundings. What works for you works for you, and living in Staryasko and training the way he trains works for Fedor. Obviously, he trains in gyms that are beat up. They're not fancy gyms. There's no plasma screens and no fruit smoothie bars in the corner. I mean, he trains in gyms that are beat up, but it shows hard work. And his coaches are guys that he's very close with. It's like a family in Staryasko, Russia. They're running through the woods. They're swinging on like monkey bars. I mean, the training is so primitive, but it works. And that's what I think is so unique and important about Fedor. He doesn't change his regiment. It's the same wherever he goes. That's why he's just a true athlete.
He loves to train. For him, it's not a job to train. It's not something he has to push himself to do. He loves to train.
But the funny thing is, Fedor takes classes with the general public, and the first time I walked in, there's a 10-year-old kid jumping rope and running around the gym in the same class Fedor's in. He's that kind of guy that he doesn't think he's special, very humble. He goes in there and does his workout.
Строить карьеру и строить легенды, быть легендами, я об этом совершенно не думаю. Ну, а запомнить, наверное, нормальным человеком, обычным человеком.
Most of his, well, probably all of his opponents, never will see that side of Fedor Emelianenko. The one that smiles beyond that ring smirk. The one that does normal things beyond the superhuman punishment he dishes out while doing his business in the ring. He is as mentally tough as he is physically strong, capable of waiting patiently for that blink of an eye moment to end it all. A submission, a knockout. Whatever he sees in that split second. Two perfect examples, his fights with Hungman Choi and Andrei Arlovsky. Different styles from both fighters who thought they had their chance. So it seemed. Matt Lindland, the last man to go in against Fedor, told us in Portland last week he thinks it's going to be a first-round decision, one way or the other for Fedor. Most everyone else picking him as Fedor shoots in on the big man. And Choi takes him down. Fedor giving up about 130 pounds here.
237 to 366, Ken. That's a huge difference. I don't care who you are.
And look at the arm of Choi. It engulfs the head of Emelianenko.
You see the head difference too, the size and the difference it has. Look how small Fedor looks underneath him. I think Choi's working with his little brother. He's got
Fedor going for the arm bar.
He's got it.
Going for the arm bar. Choi pulls loose.
I can't believe he got out of that. That was tight. I thought it was over. Look how tight that armbar was.
Fedor perhaps a little impressed himself there by Choi. Showing some redness around the face. And you can see there the welts taking a couple of good licks from Hungman Choi.
He's trying to do a sambo trip. He can't do it because he's just so big.
And Choi again on top.
See how patient Fedor can be. He's going to go down the forehead. Every punch is huge. Even little peppery shots by Choi. They're huge punches because of his size.
And you can see this. Look at the mammoth fist here of Hungman Choi. Again, Fedor going for
That's it. He got it. He got it.
He's got it. Fedor does it. Fedor Emelianenko.
Wow. Everyone can breathe a sigh of relief now because that was a little close one. You don't understand how big Choi is. If he could have got a couple punches off, this fight would have been done.
Here's how it happened.
Look at this armbar, the extension on it. Fedor's completely locked out. For those of you that practice in jiu-jitsu, getting to this position is very difficult on a man your own size, let alone somebody of Hungman Choi's size. Because look, once Fedor gets it in, his knee is by his head. He's already tapping, but he extends out. He's fully extended. You can see the elbow poking through the bottom of Fedor's torso. His arm is longer than Fedor's torso. It's really hard to submit a guy to that length.
Fedor Emelianenko, another victory. A man from Belarus who now lives in Chicago, challenging a man from Russia who has packed the house in Orange County, California.
Oh,
I'm nervous.
They are the best two heavyweights in the world. Fedor, maybe the greatest MMA fighter of all time, defending his WAMA crown for the first time against Arlovsky. Arlovsky delivers the kick early.
Wow, he's so fast, he almost grabbed that leg already.
And Arlovsky with the combination.
He dazed him. He hit him hard.
The kick to keep some room between himself and Fedor. Fedor lunges with the left. And Arlovsky another kick. Classic boxing. The few kicks mixed in early for Arlovsky. Can he continue at this pace? No one has been able to do this against Fedor. Turn it into a stand-up only game.
Miracle Crow Cup.
Arlovsky, good combination.
Nah, do not stand in the corner with Fedor. Fedor's got good takedown ability.
Go look. Grab it.
And pushing him against the ropes is Arlovsky. The strength of Fedor.
Whoa. This is nuts. Ten seconds, referee's got to break him up.
Arlovsky looking comfortable in the clinch. Fedor trying for a quick shot inside.
Dirty boxing style. Good.
John McCarthy.
Good decision here.
Big John's going to move him back out.
Man, I'm excited. Fedor's different now, you see? He's lighter on his feet. He changed his whole game suddenly.
Arlovsky again.
Got him good there.
See some redness around Fedor. That is not unusual, though. He quickly turns red.
Yep. 2 minutes left. I bet you nobody's looking at the clock. Set up. Bum bum. See, beautiful
and
setup.
Again, Arlovsky with the front kick. Arlovsky moves in and Fedor decks him. Fedor decks him. It's over.
Whoa!
He's still the champ. One punch. That was it.
What was that? Unbelievable.
You did great. You did a fantastic job.
That is the mark of greatness.
You just got time.
Arlovsky carrying this fight. Flew in for a knee, and it was over with a Fedor punch.
Boom. Just flew on it. He should have never done that.
It doesn't get better than that. If you're a sports fan, you want to see the very best at the peak of their career. And MMA fans once again seeing that with Fedor Emelianenko and Andrei Arlovsky. The game plan looked great until one moment. And there it was. Bus.
Wow.
You've been there. You've seen as much as anybody.
It's it's unbelievable the way he adapts.
Look at Fedor. He appears to be on the ropes.
Yeah, crazy.
You said you're not seeing anything like that?
No.
I never have.
No, never. Look the way he looks, he's both. He's so calm, so methodical.
And it was only one punch.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes at 3 minutes, 14 seconds into round number 1. The winner by knockout victory and still the WAMA undisputed heavyweight world champion, Fedor, the Last Emperor Emelianenko.
What is left after you've conquered all? Napoleon finally met his Waterloo. Alexander the Great became sad when there was nothing left to overtake. But Fedor Emelianenko continues his prowess, is unflinching in his willingness to welcome a new challenger. The Last Emperor, after all, might get lonely in his Russian kingdom unless he can share it with the world. We hope you've enjoyed our look at the fighter and the man who is Fedor Emelianenko. For all of us here at HDNet Fights, I'm Kenny Rice.